Front Porch Anarchast. Freedom starts on your own front porch. When I hear people talk about anarchy, I usually hear them say that anarchy just wouldn't work. I get it, a lot of people are scared by the term. They think of masked men running around throwing Molotov cocktails and breaking windows, turning over cars, that kind of thing. And there are some people in the anarchist movement that would do exactly that if given a chance, but those are the people that are already doing it. When I do hear people talk about anarchy, though, there's a common theme, a couple of common arguments that people often make. They pretty much center around taxation and murder. I'm often told that without taxation we couldn't have roads, and that because I believe that a civilized society is possible without taxation, I'm a freeloader that wants to drive on roads that I don't pay for. I'm also told that without government, people who are completely rational in the current society would suddenly become maniacal murderers and rapists. Now keep in mind, these are people who go to church, pay their taxes, send their kids to public schools, work at least 40 hours a week. They have wives, they have kids, they've been in the same job for years or decades, but somehow they're going to turn into murderers and rapists just because there is no state. So let me address just those two topics there, taxation and murder. First of all, government taxation is not necessary. Without the state, there would still be roads. Without the state, there would still be schools. Without the state, there would still be geographical defense. Somebody has to pay for it, though. The people who are paying for roads now would be the people paying for roads in an anarchist society. The only difference is it would not be government that we're paying, and if we choose to not use the roads, we wouldn't have to pay for them. And if not for state funding roads through taxation, money would be spent where it's needed when it comes to roads. And roads that needed repair would get the repairs that they need. And if the state were to dissolve tomorrow, then the day after that, Walmart, Target, Ford, GMC, the oil companies, FedEx, UPS, every major trucking company would all be pitching in to maintain the roads. They can't provide their services without well-maintained roads. Walmart needs roads to get products to its stores, but it also needs roads for its customers to be able to get to its stores. Car makers need roads to sell cars. Oil companies need cars to buy their petroleum products. With no government, all of these companies could just pitch in together, hire the same companies that are maintaining the roads now. The only thing we would lose is that extra layer of paychecks by not having to pay politicians and bureaucrats. As far as normal people becoming axe murderers and serial rapists in the absence of a state, I think that's a little on the preposterous side. My guess is about 10% of the population is violent. Some will act on it, some will not. Some get caught, some don't. But I don't think that number would increase in the absence of a state. For one reason, I think it's just human nature not to want to hurt other people. Secondly, absent a state, criminals would face some instant justice when they commit violent acts, and they would be susceptible to revenge. I'm sure there would be private security businesses that would offer revenge packages. I say that kind of in jest. I also think it's quite possible that security businesses would do something like that. Anarchy as a philosophy really isn't that scary. The word probably is scarier than the philosophy, and that's just because most people have been taught that the state is necessary. The funny part is most people are taught by the state. It's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's no wonder why the belief in the state is so ingrained in most everybody. In the future, I will expand on some of those thoughts. If you have any comments or feedback, be sure to leave them in the comments. Thanks for listening.